charting the next frontiers for growth. The 2024 Summer Davos in Dalian, China, brings global leaders to engage in critical discussions shaping our future. From AI-driven entrepreneurship, emerging industry frontiers, to human capital investment, and the nexus of climate, nature, and energy. Stay tuned for exclusive coverage of the 2024 Summer Davos, only on CGTN. And welcome everyone to the romantic city of Dalian here in northeast China. We are in a beautiful coastal side city. It is the final day of the annual meeting of the new champions of the World Economic Forum, otherwise known as the Summer Davos. My name is Michael Wong from CGTN's Global Business. This is my colleague.
My name is Heng Yu, and I'm a reporter from CGTN.
And I'm CGTN Xu Chen. What a beautiful sunny day.
It is a beautiful sunny day indeed. A lot of sessions today as well, even though it's the final day.
Yeah.
I did a healthcare session earlier today, and according to one of the doctors on the panel, the sunlight provides more mood control, I think, energy level boost.
Absolutely.
So you want that sunlight exposure early in the morning. Yeah?
But how about in the lunchtime now?
I mean, right now it's 2 p.m. China time, right? And we're going apparently for a city walk as we wrap up for you Summer Davos 2024, some of the main themes, some of the interesting conversations that we heard. And we're starting at this beautiful harbor where we're overlooking the Dalian International Conference Center. That is where the Summer Davos is held in Dalian each year. So the Summer Davos alternates between Tianjin and Dalian, and this year it's in Dalian.
Yes, and it's been 5 years since the last session because of the interruptions and whatnot. And of course, Dalian is a coastal city. Let's walk.
Let's walk, right? Because it's about Citywalk, and we want to show our viewers around the world where we are right now because it's very beautiful. This is called East Harbor.
Yes, the East Harbor. Actually, it's newly built, and you are from Dalian.
Yeah, I'm a true Dalianer here.
And I need my sunglasses.
I should have brought my shades today.
Yeah,
Xinchen. Great idea.
Here.
Absolutely, yeah. So tell us a little bit more about Dalian.
So Dalian is a coastal city located in the northeast part of China, and it's famous for its beautiful sightseeing, and it's famous for its tourist industry here. So every year, tourists from all over the world come to Dalian to enjoy the beautiful views here. And also, don't forget about the visa-free policy, which was announced this year. So foreigners from some countries do enjoy the 144 hours.
Guys, we got to watch out for cars, just in case. There we go.
Yeah, be careful.
But I want to point out, look at this miniature amusement park right over there.
Yeah. I mean, the traffic flow is a little bit slow today, the foot traffic, because it is a weekday.
And it's new. It's
new. Yeah, it's about 2 p.m., so, you know, it's really a lot of strong sunlight.
But it's beautiful. Look at the penguin right over there. There's the pink penguin.
Yeah.
We do have some new sculpture here just for the Summer Davos. Yeah.
And they have like a street, like food vendor street right in front of us. Speaking of tourism, actually according to the World Economic Forum, they released this tourism index for 2023 and onward. China actually is ranked one of the top 10 cities in the world. We can definitely see the tourism is coming back, global travel is back, and a lot of the topics that we'll be discussing during the past two or 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's really about to find a new frontier for growth. The theme for this year is Summer Davos.
I'm glad you brought that up, the next frontiers of growth. We're going to talk about that theme in a second. But Hong Yu, I got to give a shout out to the temperature, I guess the weather here in your lovely romantic city, because, you know, even though we are in the summertime, that sea breeze, right? This is why it's such an amazing tourist destination. It's 28 degrees, but with a little bit of sea breeze, it feels absolutely perfect. And even at nighttime, I mean, that temperature differential. So it's pretty cool in the nighttime as well. It's not that cold in the winter, from what I understand. Not that hot in the summer either.
Yeah, and also it's very moisturized here.
Yeah.
So your skin do get better if you're living in Dalian.
Do you want us to say that you have good skin? Is that what you want us to say, Hong Yu? Because the people I've met from Dalian, they all have really good skin.
Exactly. I just want to show off.
Oh, well, show off, completed, done. Okay. Yeah. So, how about we continue our tour around and get on this?
Here.
I guess we can call this a quadricycle with dual steering wheels. right? I'm not sure what is the proper term for this.
Is this your first time riding?
It is my first time. This is the first time I've seen this
So
amazing
you should be
contraption.
in the driver's seat.
Oh, driver's seat.
Yeah,
okay.
right over there.
I would like to be in the passenger seat, but it's probably not appropriate. Let's get Hongyu in the passenger seat,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
we
just
can
gonna take
bike
the
her
baby
around.
seat here.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to hold this for me?
No, because that's the only workable steering.
This is the only workable. So I'm supposed to bike both of you around.
No, I'm going to paddle.
You're going to paddle along. Okay.
You are
all
in
right.
charge now.
Where are we going?
We're going to our left. They have a path
Okay.
dedicated for the bike ride.
Oh my gosh.
To see.
Pedal. Pedal.
Let's do it.
You can't just beat me.
Let's do
Look,
it.
we cannot be pedaling and then speaking at the same time. This is quite a workout. You know what? I
Yeah.
didn't expect I would be doing this here at the Summer Davos. You know, this is quite a treat, I would say. Quite a treat. Oh my gosh, what amazing views we have. Are we going in the right direction, first of all?
Absolutely. Look at right
Yeah.
over there. Right over there.
Okay.
The
blue
bluish
path. Blue path.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a very nice promenade area. No wonder it's called the Romantic City, Hongyu.
Exactly.
Right? Look at this. Look at this. You got bumper cars here too. You've got seagulls. You've got amazing historical-looking buildings,
Yeah.
all by the seaside. Okay, very nice. Let's see how fast this thing can go.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's go. How does it feel, Hongyu, to be in the passenger seat?
Yeah, I
very
feel like
happy.
I'm in a Fast and Furious movie. Come on.
You know what? I think we want to slow down just a little bit for
Just to
our
enjoy the
cameraman.
view. Yeah.
Because,
Catch up.
you know,
Yeah.
although they can't see, our audience can't see, they're on an electric
Yeah,
bike.
electric
Okay, so
scooter, yeah.
technically they can go faster than us, but
Yeah.
you know, this is a good.
Wait for us. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway, so like you were mentioning, Xinchen, the last time the AMNC, the Summer Davos, was here in Dalian 5 years ago in
Yes.
2019.
Yep.
Next Frontiers of Growth, that is the theme of this year's Summer Davos. The annual meeting's theme was about rebuilding trust, right?
yeah.
And you have to rebuild trust if we want to reach the next Frontiers of Growth. We've got nearly 1,700 participants coming this year. Last time I checked, we've got over 160 plus sessions in just 3 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 different tracks. I can't remember them all. But AI, of course.
Artificial
Yeah.
intelligence.
Artificial
yes.
intelligence, a big topic. Climate, I think.
Yeah.
had the most sessions.
Sustainability.
Green transition,
Yeah.
yeah.
Climate, sustainability. By the way, your city,
Exactly.
Hongyu, is very green.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
It's
Very
got
clean.
blue and green,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Lots of applause to the development of Dalian here. Yeah.
Yeah. So climate sustainability, I think, was the most popular. It's got like nearly 40 sessions.
Yeah.
AI, we have investing in people. We
Yeah.
have China and the world. So
Yeah.
just
Globalization.
globalization.
Yeah.
So just based on my observations,
Yes.
the China-related sessions were absolutely jam-packed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jam-packed. Most popular.
And speaking of this event, actually, this gathering, we were in Tianjin last year as well. Actually,
Yeah.
that it's like all the international companies or government leaders. Some of them are actually from the governments. Are really kind of stay tuned to this event so that they can have this insights into the economic outlook of China.
Yeah.
And during the opening ceremony, actually, Chinese Premier Li Qiang made a special address, and the Premier mentioned that China has a relatively competitive market with a talent pool, and of course, a large consumer market that generates enough data for innovation and for appliance of modern technologies. And a lot of companies are very enthusiastic about looking at China. And some of them are actually more like smaller sized, right? Yeah.
Speaking of competitiveness, you reminded me because one of the participants at the forum this year, he was saying that China is the most competitive market in the entire world, the fastest market for the innovation product cycle. And he was saying, if you can compete and win in China, you can compete and win and succeed anywhere because the pace of innovation in this country is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
When we talk about competition, we're talking about a level playing field in terms of competition for both domestic companies, private companies,
Yeah.
state-owned enterprises, multinationals. You all have to compete for the mind share and the wallet share of the Chinese consumer. So it's not easy, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he was also
exactly.
saying Chinese consumers now very picky, very nuanced in terms of the products and services they want.
But don't forget that Chinese consumers, they love to try new products. And that's different from other countries. I feel like China is one of the world's biggest market in terms of niche products and new products, in terms of technologies. And people are trying to use new technologies. They love to use it in their everyday life.
Yes.
They're actually a dedicated zone in the main venue during the Summer Davos. Actually, when we got
Yeah, I
experience
tried
to
it.
that interactions
Yeah.
with all the technologies
It's
like
called
AI.
Yeah, exactly. I had my AI version of Avatar at the Huawei 5.5G booth.
5.5G.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can
5.5G.
get to try that. 5.5G.
And we're also stepping into the 6G.
Yeah.
Yeah, so excited to try it. And
Yeah.
also, I think AI assistant is near the future, so we can have our AI-powered computer maybe next year, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up a good point because Chinese consumers, like you mentioned, they're extremely fast and rapid adopters
Yeah,
in terms
exactly.
of technology and innovation. Hongyu, you are Gen Z. I almost feel like you're Generation Alpha. That's how young you are.
Yeah, I wish.
From a Gen Z perspective, talk to us about your mindset, your mentality in terms of consumption. I guess a consumer behavior perspective, how
Exactly.
you would approach new products and services. Like, what would make you want to buy and try out something?
I feel one very important part is about social media. So we do check social media before purchasing products and see reviews from other Gen Zs like me, myself. I will also share my product and my review on social media. So yeah, I think the internet is definitely influencing me in terms of consuming decisions. Yeah.
Right. So I guess the legacy brands can't just rely and depend on their brand name, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot more, I guess, to convince the Chinese consumer because they have a lot more options now. They're a lot pickier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now look at the seagulls.
Amazing seagulls.
Look at that. 看看我们海鸥，全都是海鸥，海上的。
I love
Look at
these.
that.
I love these quadricycles. First of all,
Yeah.
How do we- so you just scan a code, I'm assuming, and then you can try one of these out.
You have to pay for it.
You have to pay for it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
basically you scan a QR code, you get one of these quadricycles, and then you can just stroll along. Are we getting close to our next destination?
Yeah,
This is-
exactly. Michael, do you want to feed the seagulls?
I don't want to feed the seagulls. I want to continue on this quadricycle. So if you two want to go feed the seagulls, I'm going to continue along the way. And you let me. Oh well, this might change my mind.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
we
look at
got
that.
some. Okay, we got some food
Yes,
for the
exactly.
seagulls. Okay, all right, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's,
Let's go.
That's like span.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. We got to do our part, I guess, to support Dalian's wonderful
Oh,
seagulls.
seagull, yeah.
Seagulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Wow. This is quite a flock of seagulls here. Let's go take a closer look.
Do you want me to take the lead?
You can, but I
Have
mean,
you done this before?
I haven't done this in a while. I will admit.
Yeah, but you had.
I have before, of course, but I'm wondering because first of all, Hongyu, your city
Yeah.
is known for its tremendous seafood, right? So abalone, sea cucumber, all kinds of shellfish,
Yeah.
crab, mantis shrimp. Do you think? I mean, would they want what we have because seafood is so abundant here? Do you think they want to eat this?
But it's free food, right? Do you have
Yeah,
They don't have to
absolutely.
work for it.
Yeah.
They don't have to work
They don't
hard
have
catching
to.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Smell it.
Smells.
catching the food is their job here.
Process.
Smells. I'm not sure if the seagulls will like it, but we can give it a try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You're gonna do it? Okay, I have a mic, so you
throw
you go for it. I'm gonna put the mic in the middle, so go for it. Let's see if we
Yeah,
have any
throw
takers.
it.
I thought he's
Okay.
like put on my hand and they're going to just pick it up.
What are you aiming for? Are you aiming for like a seagull catching the food
Yeah,
midair?
they-
Catching it midair.
They will.
Okay, all right, go for it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure if our cameras can get it. Midair,
Yeah.
midair. Oh my gosh.
Gosh,
Oh my god.
they are coming
I'm actually
for
kind
the
of.
food.
I mean, they got some
Ooh,
pretty
look at
sharp
that.
beaks.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Michael,
Yeah.
you haven't tried it.
Okay. You know what? This is oddly stress relieving.
Yes.
This is
Exactly.
oddly stress relieving. Who's gonna hold my mic if I try this?
I will.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, all right, here we go. You know what? We haven't succeeded yet in getting a seagull to catch this midair. I'm gonna try. All right, let's get this midair. Ready?
Ooh,
Oh, you got you
look
almost,
at that.
almost. All right, here we go. Let's go, seagulls. 3, 2,
One.
1.
Go.
Bam! Someone catch it. Oh, they got it. That
Oh.
one got it. I don't want bird droppings on me, but I don't want, I like my shirt as it is. Thank you very much. Okay.
Hey.
Wow, there's a lot of seagulls here. Holy moly. Okay. And you can't see right now, but there's a lot of little fishies down there swimming. A lot of fish down there swimming. I'm not sure if our cameras can catch it. If I were a seagull, I would prefer that. I mean, fresh seafood over what we have. I'm not saying what we have is bad, but I mean, fresh seafood right down there. The waters are pretty calm here, Hongyu, you know?
And the famous tourist spot here.
Yeah.
People just come here and see the seagulls and take nice pictures.
Yeah.
Spend the afternoon like we do.
There seems to be a yacht economy here as well.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of yachts coming in. They're not here in this part of the... Oh my goodness gracious, holy cow. Oh my goodness. We're attracting too much attention, I feel.
I have to admit, I'm terrible at seeing seagulls.
Ooh. Oh my
nice
gosh.
catch.
Almost dropped it. Bird dropped it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is some good family fun. Shall we continue walking?
Let's go.
Let's go while we are, on the uphill and not being attacked by seagulls.
But then it's not yet like hot summer tourism season in China yet because school is still on. But look at this. We still have a sizable crowds here.
Get used to this, yeah.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon with the sun.
Yeah. What about the beaches here? Hongyu? Are they mostly sandy? Are they mostly rocky in this part of the country?
Beaches in Dalian are quite sandy, actually.
Quite sandy, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming the water temperature is a little bit cooler, perhaps, because we're in the northeastern part of China. I mean, can you actually go swimming inside?
I think
the sea?
in June and July.
June and July, it's okay to go in the water, dip in the water.
You know what? Afternoon is actually the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because they've already sucked the temperature of the sunlight.
True.
Yes.
True. Okay.
And then the temperature is quite warm.
Yeah.
At that time, so it's the perfect time for swimming. At that time.
Okay, we might consider that after our little city walk,
maybe,
right?
Maybe during sunset time.
Okay, well.
Oh my God, it would
be
be so romantic at the sunset time, walking on the beach.
Dalian is famous for its romance. Okay, it's called romantic city.
You know what? I didn't know that before I came here.
You didn't know that?
It's romantic city. Why? Simply because it's got beautiful beaches. It's got wonderful weather.
Yeah. And we do have a lot of international festivals here.
Right.
We got the fashion festival here.
There's a fashion festival.
Okay.
Here in
Yeah.
Dalian.
Fashion
We also
festival.
got the
largest.
football festival here.
Football festival.
And
Okay.
Of course, we have the Summer Davos here.
That's right. Oh, football festival.
Yeah.
As in, you mean soccer?
Yeah,
Okay.
soccer.
All right. Okay. Just playing with you.
Sorry,
I just have to point this out. Like looking at all the street vendors here in China
Yeah.
is so interesting. It's like we have like Western coffee shops and next to a barbecue place here in Dalian. Dalian
Right.
is very famous for its barbecue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what this
Barbecue
is. I actually don't know what this is, to be honest.
Menzo. Yeah, what's that?
Hongyu, what is this? Is this a Dalian local specialty?
Yes, exactly. It's more like
It's a seafood, right?
seafood. You can choose from seafood to normal. It's made from
Normal. Seafood
Yeah.
is not normal.
seafood is not normal here. Seafood is extra money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's made from
Oh, it's like gelatin or
yes,
Okay.
jelly.
yeah, it's jelly.
Interesting.
So starch.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's made by corn.
But look at that. That's pretty Japanese.
Okay, we've got different kinds of skewers. I don't know what we're seeing here. What is this?
Oh, that's pear.
Oh, pear soup.
Yeah, pear
Pear
soup.
soup.
We could actually use some of that, right? Because this is good for our throat.
Absolutely.
It's a bit
After
hot.
talking all the time.
After
during
talking
the-
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of talking. That is for sure.
Yeah. How
That
many
is for sure.
interviews you did?
I don't remember. Too many to count. I mean, at least 5 to 6, and then I moderated
Yep.
2 sessions. One on healthcare earlier today, and then one yesterday on how do we find growth amid increasingly complex risks. I would say, because we are living in tremendously uncertain times, and you can feel sort of maybe that tension here at the not just the Summer Davos, but at the annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland as well.
Yeah.
People trying to figure out what direction the world economy is going, and how businesses can better position themselves in such an uncertain world where geopolitical factors are once again top of mind when it comes to business leaders around the world. How do you position for a world like this?
For rebuilding the trust.
Yes, it's going to be difficult. It's important to have this theme. It's important to have conversations and dialogue, but the feeling I'm getting is that it's very difficult in the atmosphere that we are in. But we still need these dialogues, and these conversations are absolutely crucial.
And at a critical time like this, with all the geopolitical tensions and financial risks, that level is rising. So keeping up opening up mind is very important. According to the interviews that I got, for example, the Nigerian foreign minister or the Deloitte China CEO, and Dalian is among one of the first batch of Chinese cities that opened up to the rest of the world, right?
Exactly.
And it is home to over 200 Fortune 500 companies. But it's not just about business. It's also about cherries.
It's about cherries. I mean, cherries are an important part of Dalian's business, I guess, if you put it that way.
Look at it. No, it's just cute.
It's cute. Where are we right now? Talk to us about this stall.
I mean, this makes me feel like I'm in Sanya. We're like in Maldives or whatnot, with the palm tree, the shades or whatnot.
Shall we walk in and get some shade?
Yeah.
You're wearing shades, but let's get some shade.
Here.
Some cherry. I've never had cherry juice before.
哎，你好，你好。哦，这些其实就是我们的樱桃了，对吧？哦 ，Look at this.
Beautiful.
Study
Famous Dalian cherries.
Cherries,
大连的
yes.
樱桃为什么这么出名呢？
我们有很多的品种，口感特别丰富，不同的口味，不同的口感，可以说是挑战全国所有的樱桃。
Wow.
You want to translate that for us?
Absolutely. So, this beautiful lady mentioned that we have multiple different varieties of cherries here in Dalian.
Yeah.
And what are some of the different kinds?
梅枣，this dark red.
The darker one is called
Yeah.
梅枣. Look at that. It's
This
like
is massive.
It's a huge.
This is a massive cherry. My goodness.
Especially is very good for transport.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier for transport because it's darker color and it will stand the shipping or longer distance transport.
So it doesn't spoil that easily. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
not
Okay.
so soft.
Okay.
If is yellow color, it's a little bit soft and maybe after a long way looks not very good.
Which one is sweeter?
That one?
I prefer this.
This one is
I prefer
sweeter.
this
Yes.
one.
Okay.
I trust the local people. So.
Well, the thing is, like,
Michael,
this
how about
reminds
you
me
try
of
it?
like the
I
cherries
will,
that from
in a
my
second.
childhood or whatnot, and later on, it become rather darker in color and larger.
Okay.
Maybe in your memories is a smaller
Yeah, it looks
and
smaller. Yeah.
light red
Yeah.
is doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the best time for eating cherries? With now the summer season?
June.
June is the
Yeah.
best. Oh,
Oh, right now we're
perfect
in
time.
perfect.
perfect
You are
time.
so
We're in
lucky.
season.
We're
We are
so
in season.
Best
So
season.
apparently the Dalian cherries have what? You saw 130 years of history, right?
130 years
Yeah.
of history of growing local cherries, and I think the production reached over $1 billion in terms of the quantity and
265,000 tons.
Yeah, a year.
In terms of annual output for Dalian cherries.
Chicken, can I take a-
And I think from what we understand, it's the water, the soil here in Dalian,
And of course the weather.
the weather,
Yeah,
I guess,
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Because like, in my mind, I would not associate Dalian with cherries immediately because we're in the northeast part of China. It's a bit towards the north of the country, and I would associate this with a bit more sort of temperate, warmer climate. But Dalian maybe is a little bit special
That's really
Yeah.
good.
in northeast China.
Yeah.
Okay,
first.
all right, let me put the seagull food down first and let's eat some fruits. Yeah? So, okay, let's do one of these. This, okay,
I got mine here.
all right.
Cheers, mate.
3, 2, 1.
Cherry cheers!
Cherry cheers, okay.
A little bit sour, but sweet. Yeah.
Sweet and tangy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually very juicy.
Very juicy.
We're apparently going to have some cherry juice.
So actually, your shop is not just for eating cherries, right?
Yeah,
It's about
juicy.
frozen,
Yeah,
like
juicy.
cherry sorbet or
Cherry sorbet.
smooth.
Cherry
smoothie.
sorbet, cherry smoothies. Do you have cherry juice as well?
Yes, yes,
How do you make cherry?
cherry
I mean, because there's a pit here. How do you make cherry juice? This is very difficult.
We prepare first and put
Freeze
in the
it.
freezer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, overnight and
But you got to take out the pit first. So that's all like by hand?
yeah,
Wow.
By hand.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the way we can keep it longer.
Keep it longer, fresher.
I think
okay.
they would be a tool to take the pit out. Yeah, it's not like
Okay.
Handpicked.
Okay. Yeah. There's got to be some kind of
It's a big
special tool.
job.
Yeah. So we got to cherish every single drop of the cherry juice that we are drinking.
I'm just wondering, like during the hot seasons, this tourism peak, how many cups of like juice or beverages that are going to sell every day?
About 500 about. So far.
500
500
cups.
cups
Yeah.
of cherry. Okay. Sounds good. So what would you recommend we try right now? Do you recommend we try some cherry juice, some sorbet?
Cherry juice first.
Cherry juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cherry juice.
What are the health benefits?
Sorry?
What are the health benefits of cherry juice?
A little sweet, but not too much sugar.
Yeah, not too much sugar.
Yeah, just cherry, water, and a little bit sweet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
sugar.
cherry can support your immune system actually because it's got a lot of vitamin C in it.
We could all use some of that,
Yeah.
especially after 3 days of very intense discussion. So let's go,
Yeah,
lady and
let's-
gentlemen. Let's try. Are we going to see how the cherry juice is made?
Yeah.
Okay.
This.
All right. Let's take a
Yeah,
look
the blender,
firsthand.
yeah.
This looks more like this is a juice or a sorbet coming up.
Seems like a juice to me.
I mean, how many cherries would need to go into one of these?
1 cup, about 150 grams.
150 grams of
Okay.
cherries.
Yes.
So that's maybe 10 to 15.
You do the math. I have no idea
cherries.
how many cherries translates into 150 grams.
No. Like 10, maybe 10 cherries.
10, no, before, about 8.
Eight cherries, okay.
So 150, about 20.
Oh, 20 cherries.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Almost 20.
And it's a
20
mix
cherries
of
per
the
Yeah.
yellow and red
Oh,
cherry.
they mix the different varieties, right? So it's not just one kind of cherries for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
juice.
yeah. We choose maybe the best kind we can find. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Who wants to
Okay.
try this? How about Hong Yu? How about you try this first?
Yeah.
Lady first.
Ladies first.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
We are going to pay for this. Don't worry. We're just going to sample it right now.
We are happy to.
Yeah, but no, we're going to pay for. Don't worry. We're just sampling this real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna have my first sip, okay?
Yeah.
So good. It's so refreshing.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
Yep, not too sweet.
Okay.
You can feel the real cherry meat in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who's going to have the next cup? Chin-Chin, you or me?
Gerald.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, let's do it. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh
All
my
right,
god.
it is me. I'm gonna boost my immune system before you can. I mean, this is very important for the rural economy here in
Yeah,
Dalian as well.
absolutely,
It's
yeah.
a great way to support local farmers. And this itself can be a big tourism boost as well in terms of drawing tourists from all across the country to come and enjoy one of these.
And what I found is quite interesting is about cherry growing here in Dalian, because right across us we have the harbor over there, we have the Dalian shipyard, and Dalian has been known for its import and exports and also for manufacturing. But cherries,
Yeah.
the different business that the city can do.
You know, they do have canned version of cherries to export to other
okay.
countries.
Two different kinds of
So it's
cups.
fruit can.
This is
Yeah.
what a nice touch. This is a nice touch.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, but it reminds me of Christmas.
Very festive colors.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yours is ready as well.
Oh,
Chin-Chin,
really?
So we can drink at the same time. We can have a little cheer to
let's do
Dalian
it. Let's
via
do
the. Let's let me. There we go.
Take this.
No, you can take that. I'll use this special cup. And, never mind. Just put the straw right in there. Okay, cheers to cherries in Dalian. Thank you so much for inviting us to try this. Oh.
Yeah.
And cheers to you as well. Thank you. Okay, to great health. Thank you. Are we going to take a seat?
Yeah.
Should we take a seat and maybe talk a little bit more? Okay.
Let's take a seat facing to the ocean.
Yeah, fish to the sea is better.
Because we're under the shades.
Oh my gosh, this is delicious.
It's healthy.
This is really delicious.
Very healthy.
Yeah.
You can taste the health.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can taste the health and wellness in one of these
I can
cups.
taste longer life.
Okay. No, seriously, I've never tasted cherry juice before. And this is thirst quenching. It's not too sweet. Just the right amount of sweetness. Oh my gosh. I can get used to this. Holy cow. And I think it's very easy to come to Dalian these days. You mentioned the visa-free policy, so we took or at least I took the high-speed rail here from Beijing, the capital, and it takes about just under 4 hours for one of the faster high-speed rails to get here. It might take a little bit longer compared to some of the other cities that we see in Liaoning province because we're here at sort of a peninsula area. So you got to sort of do a little curve around from Beijing to Dalian in terms of location. But still 3 hours, 49 minutes for us to get here. I think totally worth it. Not so far. And if you fly from Beijing, did you fly here? No, you didn't. You flew from Chengdu.
Yeah, I flew from Chengdu, Southwest. Very far away, but 2 or 3 hours.
3 hours, you said, from Chengdu?
Yeah.
And then you flew here, which would be like, what, an hour?
Yeah,
50 minutes? You basically ascend, you take off, and then like 20 minutes later, you're like, okay, get ready for landing. So it's pretty easy to get here, I would say. Yeah.
And also, I'm going to mention about another option for the foreign audiences. You can take the cruise here. So we do have some. Yeah. So we do have some international routes. You can take the cruise here. Enjoy your visa time policy, visa-free policy here.
Yeah.
And the Dalian government designed some special routes for foreigners to.
They have like a cruise ship.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Cruise ship. Cruise ship. This, I guess, might be the new logo for Dalian, the new representation for Dalian. Are you a native of Dalian?
Yeah.
Ma'am? Okay. Do you have any fun facts for our audience about Dalian? You can say it in Chinese or in English. What do you want our international audience to know about Dalian?
First of all, seafood. We have a famous seafood, and we have the pleasured weather.
Okay.
Yeah, the coolest weather in summer. Yeah. So, 我希望所有的游客都来大连，享受我们最凉爽的夏季。
Okay. The weather, right?
Weather,
the weather is,
yeah.
is definitely a big draw for tourists, especially in the summer. It's not that hot, just right. Just right.
Actually, we have bought about 2 metric tons cherry and frozen in our fridge.
Oh, 2 metric tons.
So if you come in the summer, you will continue to enjoy our juice.
Okay.
Cherry juice.
When does the cherry season end then? When does it end?
Where's the bridge?
About the end of
Over
this
there
month,
near the
almost
Shanghai Park.
1 week.
So
Okay, then the
There
cherry
is a
season is
bridge
basically
on
over
the
by the end of
flash
June.
of
Yeah.
one of
Okay.
the.
All right.
And here's my the
Oh, they're
cruise.
trying out the ice cream.
这也是青海大桥的，新海跨海大桥。
跨海大桥也是我们大连的地标。对。
The Cross Sea Bridge on the popsicle and it's.
This is what? So an iconic landmark here in Dalian.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see. What is?
It's a bridge. Yeah. It's
Okay,
Dalian
okay.
and underneath is.
What do you have?
I got the cruise.
Oh, you got the cruise. Okay. Where can we cruise to from Dalian?
All over
To
the world.
Yantai.
All to Yantai,
Yeah.
which is in Shandong
Tianjin.
province.
Tianjin
Tianjin.
not so much now,
Oh, okay.
but Yantai I know.
Because when I was 7 years old, I visited Dalian first time, and I actually took a cruise from Tianjin to Dalian.
Yeah, we used
Oh.
to have that too. Yeah.
Okay.
But now not too much.
But maybe to neighboring countries like Japan and South Korea.
Oh no, but for the cargo, not
Cargo,
for
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one day that cruise line happens from Dalian maybe to South Korea to Japan. Wouldn't be surprised because it's pretty close by.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. So I had a panelist earlier in the session, and he's from South Korea. He flew in from Seoul, takes an hour and a half. And I said, you can do the session in the morning, fly back home for lunch.
Yeah.
Basically, if you fly from Dalian, there's a direct flight
Yeah.
from Seoul to Dalian. So, yeah, good stuff. Okay, you know what? You two talk. I want to try the ice cream. Okay, I haven't even tried the ice cream
Yeah,
yet.
please.
Let me put this here, and I want to give this. What flavor is this, by the way? Sea salt lemon.
Wow.
Sea salt. I mean, my favorite ice cream flavor would be cookies and cream. So I don't think I've tried sea salt lemon before.
So you do have a sweet tooth, right?
I do have a sweet teeth, but I love my potato chips. I would still prefer potato chips. But
Yeah.
let's go. Sea salt lemon. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Light blue color.
Okay, this is very good. Very good. I wish we had taste capabilities for the camera as well. maybe technology in the
Maybe
future.
technology.
Yeah.
Maybe next year when you attend the Summer Davos in Tianjin, they will invent that.
The Summer Davos in Tianjin, from our experience,
Yeah.
is a lot hotter in terms of the weather.
Not
Compared to
so
that.
cool like Dalian.
There are still many cool people attending the Summer Davos in Tianjin.
You should the
Weather-wise,
summer,
it's a lot cooler here. It's a lot more comfortable. A lot more comfortable. Yeah.
And no cherries there.
No cherries.
No cherries.
Let's see what the local produce in Tianjin is. They must have a local produce down there as well.
I'm sure the coastal line in Dalian attracts a lot of people to come here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We should talk. 1 second. We should talk a little bit more about interesting conversations we heard at the Summer Davos,
Yeah.
right? Let's share. What else, I think, piqued your interest, stuck in your mind, impressions about the meeting this year?
Because like South and South cooperation, that can be a concept that are not as very familiar to a lot of audiences. So South-South cooperation basically means like the bond among developing countries. And there has been so many sessions where, African participants or from developing countries, they are urging the developing world to be a little bit more responsible for their growth. And there has been an earlier session about where the ties between China and the U.S. is heading to, and the world is tuning into this, right?
Yep.
But again, while the developed world should be a little bit more responsible for their emissions or their economic growth, I spoke to the foreign minister of Nigeria yesterday, and he also mentioned it's so important for developed countries to work together. Why is that? Because, for example, China shares similar concerns with Nigeria. Large economy, large population. China eliminated poverty a couple of years ago. It's more recent. Speaking of the U.S., the U.K., they eliminated poverty many years back. So that urgency, that sense of trying to grow out of the stagnation, developing countries, they share a lot of a similar background.
And that's why I guess this meeting is called fresh cherries. Here we go. Let's bring some color into our conversation, right? This is a very vibrant, colorful discussion with the green here as well. I guess this is why it's called the annual meeting of the new champions,
yep.
right? So the annual meeting in Davos, who's honking? We've got a cute little baby who is honking a car, a little electric vehicle. Very cute. Anyway, it's called the annual meeting of the new champions for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So we are in a very dynamic part of the world. We've got a lot of entrepreneurs and innovators here. So the Summer Davos is billed as the World Economic Forum's premier event when it comes to science, technology, and innovation. So you do see a ton of innovators and entrepreneurs from all over the world, actually, gathering here. And it is important, I think, for the rest of the world to cooperate and come together on many issues, because we've got about 80% plus of the world's population living in developing economies. And you get that sense from participants in many of the sessions this year as well. In a session yesterday, the Minister of Finance of Jordan was saying, we were talking about AI and AI's impact on societies. And I asked him, are developing and emerging economies ready for perhaps the wave of technologies that's going to come spurred on by artificial intelligence? And he flat out said no. Right? So are we going to see an AI divide coming? Is AI going to exacerbate the haves and have-nots? That's something that a participant from McKinsey was talking about as well. We don't know the answer to those questions, I feel. It's too difficult to predict the second, third, nth order effects of technology. Right now, it's very challenging. AI, of course, is definitely a double-edged sword. So we're going to have to see. It has the power to boost growth, boost total factor productivity, but it can also destroy it if used in the wrong way. I mean, I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. So one of the participants I was speaking to yesterday, I said, so he was talking about AI could potentially be an equalizer, or it could be a great divider. And I asked him, where are you leaning right now based on how AI has developed? And he told me perhaps leaning more a bit towards a bigger divider. Myself, I also am leading towards that way. You can see definitely the benefits, but also perhaps some of the major downsides of AI as well. I'm not a Luddite, of course. And, we want technology to push humanity and progress forward. But from a Gen Z perspective, where do you stand?
I definitely should say that AI have already improved our life in different levels of aspect, I have to say. But also, many participants I met at the Summer Davos said that we do have to, the world need to cooperate together to come up with maybe a policy or regulation for AI, so that we can work together, join together to build the framework for AI that it can do good for the common world.
But on net, as a young person, on net, let's say 10 being AI will be very beneficial for society, 1 being not very beneficial. Where do you stand on the spectrum?
I would say 5.
A 5, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you're also uncertain in terms of where AI will go.
Yes, a little bit, and also I'm kind of conservative about this.
Okay, even though, being part of the young generation, you're using AI yourself on a daily
I can't
basis.
predict the future, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Xinchen, what about you?
Yeah.
I mean, I have been very kind of skeptical about artificial intelligence, even though I know a lot of time that we use artificial intelligence even during our works, right? Right now, but then it also creates so much, not negativity, but things that can be a little bit confusing to the society. For example, there has been, when they OpenAI, they launched the Sora AI-generated videos, there have been so many deep fake products, where some people would say it's news or whatnot, and it has been circulating on the internet. Again, speaking of security, speaking of regulations, the world needs to work together to have certain common understanding of the use of artificial intelligence. I'm a big Terminator fan, so from that movie...
Why would you be a Terminator fan? In what way are you a Terminator fan?
Are you looking forward to the...
No, the thing is, because of the concept, if you look at the science fiction world, and when they kind of tackle into artificial intelligence, how it replaces the human mind, it's scary. It's very scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
I don't want to be a cyborg, Xinchen. I'm not sure about you. I like the human-to-human connection, the face-to-face interactions.
But I feel like by that time, you can't really tell, right?
I mean, hopefully we can, ensure humans are humans and machines are machines. Satya Nadella, speaking to a journalist, he was saying he doesn't like the term artificial intelligence. He likes the term different intelligence. So can we make that separation? Artificial intelligence, or whatever you want to call it, is simply a tool. I'm not sure if we can make that distinction going forward. You mentioned Sam Altman. It's interesting because in a session that I was in, Sam Altman's name came up again. One of the panelists saying that he was speaking to her, he heard Sam Altman saying at the annual meeting in Davos, he was concerned about, look, we turned on the button for artificial intelligence, sort of, what have I done? And then I asked the panelists, I said, did you ask him afterwards, can we turn off that button, if need be? And the response was, no. I mean, it's started and we can't really turn back now. Are we having enough conversations right now in terms of the safety, the ethics of AI? And I guess right now for society, education probably in my mind is very important. We have to ensure that our education systems at a very young age ensure virtue, I guess, morals, ethics are very important to ensure that once we enter the AI age, we have that ethical and moral foundation. It's solid at a very young age, so people don't use this potentially very productive but also potentially very destructive tool, because this basically democratizes technology for many people, right? This is a general purpose technology. It will be used in all industries across the world and in many parts of our lives, so we got to use it properly in the right way.
But speaking of the appliances of artificial intelligence, I think in a lot of farms here in China, artificial intelligence is also used in farming to control the temperature for better production and to boost up the production level or whatnot. I think there is definitely good part of AI, but as Michael had mentioned, there has been pretty much debate going on with the artificial intelligence. But I found it quite interesting, like how the participants are so they kind of are so united in terms of the energy transition, trying to find alternatives, trying to really kind of build up the capabilities of green energy, solar, electricity. And if we look at Africa, still there are so many different parts of the Africa. I think almost like over half of the continent, actually, people don't have access to stable electricity. But in the next 5 or 10 years, we might have that technology to store solar power or wind power and distribute on a grid. And that's still not achievable today, but that's possible as long as people are kind of unite together in terms of developing new energy technologies.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding a fine line, finding the balance between technology and
Human needs.
human needs. Like this.
I mean, I'm excited to see there's a lot of electric vehicles here in Dalian as well. So more towards the southern part, maybe the central parts of China, we see a ton of EVs. The weather there is warmer. So maybe in the colder parts of China, you see less EVs. But here in Dalian, there's a lot of EVs as well. Speaking
People are
of,
starting to drive EVs now.
yeah, because the batteries can last longer. How about we continue walking a little bit and continue our discussion because this coastline is far too good to pass up. I mean, the cherries are great. This ice cream is also fantastic. But
Thank you so much for the cherries.
非常感谢，非常感谢。Let me finish that last bite if you can understand what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to have my ice cream here.
OK，sure. 再次感谢，非常感谢，谢谢您，谢谢。OK. We'll be back to clean this up and to pay for our juice. Okay, we'll be back. But we want to show our audience a little bit more of this beautiful coastline. I want to get back to autos real quick. There was a session I attended that was titled, "How far are we from China's driverless tomorrow?" So we're talking about autonomous vehicles. And my assumption would be that these driverless cars would also be electric vehicles. Very fascinating. There is this driverless startup company, and he was saying the company is aiming for their driverless cars to be 1,000 times safer than 1,000 times safer than the human driver. So the benchmark, at least according to one of the professors at the session right now, is to make sure that driverless cars are 10 times safer. Because you can imagine the perception, right? We're trying these things out, and maybe one fatality can cause us to rethink whether or not we trust driverless cars. So safety and trust would be the biggest issues. And this startup here in China was saying, look, we are aiming for 1,000 times safer in terms of driverless vehicles. He was talking about an adoption rate for driverless cars that could mirror China's EV adoption. So, and it's possible now because hardware costs are going down. He was talking about the Moore's law of autonomous driving, where hardware costs can come down. There's enough data now to support even better single models, large single models for autonomous driving. Let's see how we're going to get down here. Our cameraman is trying to get down from a ledge. How about we allow him to get down? This is the beauty, right, of a live stream, because you just never know what's going to happen. 任老师，您先下去，您先。我们安全第一。I was saying safety first. Okay. All right. Hong, you want to jump off, or?
Yeah.
I mean, not literally jump off into the sea, but there we go. And wham.
Here we
okay.
go.
All right. Let's go this away. This away.
You know what, Michael? I haven't
Yes.
got my driver license yet.
Well, you don't need to maybe in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's
At this
what
pace.
I'm saying.
Because he was saying, look, 4 to 6 years, we might see a lot of driverless cars here in China. And okay, so we're maybe autonomous, Moore's law when it comes to autonomous driving, hardware and software, costs going down. We've got the data. We've got enough driverless vehicles in China to generate the data.
Yeah.
And my personal assumption is, you're from Southwest China, you're based there, Shenzhen. My assumption, my hypothesis, I don't know if I'm
You
going to be
think Chengdu is
correct.
going to be the first city?
I'm not sure about Chengdu.
Yeah.
My hypothesis is, and I'm not an expert on this,
Yeah.
if Chongqing, for example, can do autonomous driving, I think you can do autonomous driving basically anywhere in China.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
my
roads
God.
in
Yeah.
Chongqing, mountainous, they're like a labyrinth. If autonomous driving works there,
A little bit of background on Chongqing.
Yes.
It's the world's largest mountainous city in the world and the most populous city in the world. And because it's so hilly and the roads are so difficult. I mean, the traffic is pretty crazy.
GPS doesn't
But
work there.
if artificial autonomous driving can work in Chongqing, that can actually save a lot of headaches from the drivers who want to find ways around. And actually, I think it's 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually, BYD and NIO, they got their licenses to actually test level 3 and level 4 autonomous driving here in China on open road. Speaking of, the data that is going to generate from this market, 1.4 billion people and so many cars.
yeah.
Not in Chongqing. You're saying
Not in Chongqing, but just BYD and NIO.
Okay, all right. I mean, I think Chongqing, at least for me, would be the benchmark because one of the panelists in that session, he was talking about there are certain cities in China where the drivers have quote unquote personality. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Some drivers, right? I'm not calling out a city, but I'm saying certain cities have drivers with personality, right? So autonomous cars have to deal with not just the road, not just the terrain, but also deal with drivers who have personality.
Yes.
Right? So it should be fascinating. If China can solve that issue, it should be quite interesting. For autonomous driving. So that really stuck in my mind in terms of how close we might be to a driverless world. And he was saying, look, in the future, this might be a whole new great experience, right? It's going to be an experience. It's going to be fun to be on the roads, to be stuck in a traffic jam. We might want to be stuck in a traffic jam. It's like the only time we have to maybe watch a movie, soak in some knowledge.
Maybe we can talk to AI.
Stuck in the traffic and conversing with the AI in a car.
No. I mean, some people are conversing with AI chatbots, right? It's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
it's happening.
Absolutely.
Because some AI chatbots, they understand people maybe better.
Oh,
They can do emotional touch.
Absolutely.
Speaking of ChatGPT, or this kind of generative AI, a lot of time they're going to grow this attachment with the users. They're going to know our behaviors.
The more you use it,
it's scary.
It is
when
scary.
a machine knows what I want. Speaking of big data, speaking of all the social media here in China, and one way for international companies to enter China to really grasp the market, big data has been play a very important role to really find the targeted audiences.
Yeah. So even if the younger generation might be a little bit wary of artificial intelligence, right? I think that should send a very powerful message to the industry in general. So the young people even having concerns, you got to listen to their voices when it comes to artificial intelligence. And that was a huge topic, I think, at this year's forum. So many people talking about responsible AI and the potential.
And speaking of the fast changes into this world economy and technologies, 10 years ago, when I was kind of dealing with stories about artificial intelligence or big data, I thought that, it's just a concept. But look at today, and everything is that actually is coming to our lives. And actually, Summer Davos is coming back to China again next year in Tianjin. We have been talking a lot about Tianjin. It's another coastal city here in China and very close to Beijing. And we're actually expecting more talks over artificial intelligence or robotics.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you talk about how easy it is to get from Beijing to Dalian, my goodness, is it easy to get from Beijing to Tianjin?
It's 30
the
minutes.
high-speed train from Beijing to Tianjin, it's like 40 minutes for the longest one because you have a stop in between. But from, I think, 6 o'clock in the morning all the way until close to 11 p.m., non-stop, 30 minutes back and forth between Beijing and Tianjin. Super connected. Super connected.
And there's so many people actually living in Tianjin. We're living in Beijing and working in the other city.
I mean, the infrastructure, the public transportation in China is just absolutely incredible.
High-speed rail.
Absolutely amazing. High-speed rail. I would say that's probably, the 9th, 10th wonder of the world? At least for me. At least for me. I really enjoy the high-speed rail here in China. Any other parting thoughts that we want to leave our audience here at the Summer Davos? I mean, for me, I feel, look, there's a saying recently in the past few years that the next China is China. Right, and I would say, look, the next frontiers of growth, that is the theme for this year's Summer Davos. Many of those next frontiers will also be found right here in China. Some of the leading frontiers. And I think China can definitely support the global economy, not just in reaching these next frontiers, because China's technological progress, I think the country has made it clear, is not just about benefiting China, but also benefiting the world as well. So a lot of the next frontiers will be found not just in China, but I think China will help the world to transcend many of these frontiers as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Belt and Road Initiative, right? It's a cohort. It's a collaboration. It's a cooperation project that is not just about China investing, but also technology transfer. We're building up schools and teaching and whatnot, sharing experiences.
Sharing of knowledge here.
I mean, our colleague Guanxin, I think, moderated a session at the forum regarding the Belt and Road Initiative. So if you're interested in that, feel free to watch that replay. Shout out to a colleague, a good colleague of ours. Anyway, shall we wrap up, Xinshen and Hongyu, and we are going to go enjoy what? Next, more cherry juice, ice cream, seafood,
more seagulls.
Seagulls. Okay, I mean, I can't wait until nightfall and enjoy the cooler weather. And some maybe barbecue.
Maybe we can swim.
Swim?
Swimming in the night? And in the ocean?
Sunset time?
Look, I will swim
in the ocean?
Once I get my six-pack abs, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
You can wear a wetsuit.
It's
Covering it up.
It's a work in progress. Prefer the six-pack abs.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, so that's gonna do it from us.
How about we check next month?
Next month,
Yeah.
six-pack abs.
Yeah.
If
It's
Won't be a
definitely from
challenge.
artificial intelligence or
That
whatnot,
would-
new modern technology.
it would
and-
be an artificial intelligence picture. It would
Yeah.
be a deep fake picture of me with. I would actually be curious to see how that. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. We're having too much fun here at the Summer Davos, which has wrapped up today here in Dalian. So, hoped you enjoy our city walk. There's so much more to explore in this romantic city
Yeah.
of yours, your hometown, Hongyu.
Yeah.
And
Come to Dalian and feel it yourself.
you got to
okay?
come over here
course, yeah.
to enjoy it yourself, to understand the magic of this city.
And
I
the
would say.
romance. Yeah,
And the
romantic
romance.
vibes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we can see more romance budding in your city.
After nightfall.
Okay, we're gonna end on that note. We're gonna end on that note. It's always fun to do these live
Before we
streams.
leave, maybe let's get a better view of the ocean.
Yeah,
Come
and take
over
a look.
here. Stay tuned on CGTN. We're going to talk more about China's economy in the future or whatnot.
All right, so thanks for joining us on our Dalian City Walk, and thanks for joining us in our coverage of this year's annual meeting of the new champions of the World Economic Forum here in Dalian. We'll see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.